Hello, one Fluffy Cat here, and welcome back to Cinderella Phenomenon. Before we begin, don't forget to comment, leave a like, and hit the subscribe button with your tongue, cause why not? Ooh, I said that without taking a breath. And let us begin. Keep your stance straight, princess. Jurian gives me the warning, but too late on purpose. I can see the smile on her face as she effortlessly slides past my defenses and taps me on the shoulder with her wooden sword. I got you! Curse you! Again. For the last few days, I have been practicing with Jurian and Garland because Claude still hasn't come out of his room. Oh! That backstabber! Betrayer of a friend. The knights offered to train me, and right now they are teaching me about ways to hold a sword. That's good. This is slow, but Claude did tell me I wouldn't be able to master the sword so quickly. Claude. He made me so angry that one day I could not even properly give him my gift. It was probably for the good, girl. Probably for good. Yet I still feel sad that he is not here teaching me himself. It's okay. You're an independent woman. You can do it. Come on, princess, focus. I jolt out of my reverie and nod at Jurian. Okay. I ready myself for her next strike and once again get tapped, this time on the hip. Garland takes over after Jurian, and then we do rounds where I try to hit them with certain strikes. They are both good at teaching, but it does not feel the same as Claude's instruction. His lessons seemed less like they were out of a book. Don't worry, princess, it always starts out slow. Lad was just as slow at training, but look at him now. I feel slightly good about myself. Garland whips his head around in Jurian's direction, his face turning deep red. Jurian, that nickname. But you're so much fun to tease, Lan. She beams at him and then laughs at his embarrassed face. Our practice goes on for a few more minutes before the knights tell me to wrap up for the night. I think I'm going to stay out here for a little bit. Princess, you know it's dangerous out here at night. If I do not return in 10 minutes, you can come back and check on me. Jurian seems unconvinced, but she eventually nods. Fine, but keep your guard up, princess. I'll try. I watch the two knights as they head back. I see Garland put his arm around Jurian's waist, pulling her closer. I turn away from the sight, ignoring the heavy feeling in my stomach. I'll just practice the swings for 5 more minutes. The only thing I hear in the clearing while I practice is my shallow breathing and the wind in my ears. Something breaks my concentration, however. I see a glimmer of color in the forest, and I instantly stop, my hands growing tense on the wooden sword. What was that? Run, just run, make a break for it, just go back inside. I glance around at my surroundings, and then I freeze when I feel a hand on my shoulder. I can feel someone breathing on my neck. Is that Claude? Put your sword at him! I am pretty sure I recognize Claude's hand, but because I know it's him, I also know what he'd want me to do. I duck around from his hand and turn quickly. I can't talk today. I duck around from his hand and turn quickly to point my sword. The tip of the wood is at his neck, and for a few stunned moments, I think I've won. Even Claude looks surprised. It's really him! You backstabber. But then Claude's hands have moved, and he has one hand over my wrist and the other on my sword. Oh, that's not good. Good, Catherine. You realized you had an opening, but you broke your concentration. Claude. Claude removes his hands, allowing me to lower my sword. I'm sorry, Catherine. It's a little too late, don't you think? I feel my breath catch in my throat when Claude holds out the rose pendant that I got for him. I feel my cheeks flush. Oh, you'll have it. At least it's not damaged. You accidentally left this beautiful thing in my room when Well, I came to return it. Well, I don't want it. Return it? Yes, you left it in my room, so I only thought it appropriate to bring it back to you. Seriously, you're gonna make her even more mad. Does he really think I left it there on accident? Why would I leave it in your room on accident? What? I bought it for you, and I wanted to give it to you, but you were acting so strangely, and... Claude's eyes widened, then surprise clear on his face. What? Okay. Catherine, you bought this for me? No, I bought it for myself. Why does he look so shocked? I don't know, girl. Claude looks at me in awe for a few moments. His eyes go back down to the locket. He traces a finger around the constricted shape. Constricted? Did I pronounce it? I think it is. His eyebrows slowly furrowing. It's to thank you for everything that you've done for me. Oh, that's adorable, Catherine. Catherine, this is beautiful. I know it is. He lets the chain fall through his fingers as he stares at the rose pendant with adoration. I feel my heartbeat stutter as he turns to regard me with the same gentle smile. You're too close, man. He leans forward, and my breathing stops as he reaches out to hold up my glass slipper necklace. He is standing so close to me. Oh, we got another piece. That's right. You really are a good person, Catherine. You completed your second good deed, I know. I'm one step closer to breaking the curse, I know. I think some kind of congratulations is in order. Is there anything you want that I can give to you? I look up at him and notice that Claude's smile doesn't reach his eyes. He still looks so sad. I feel like there is so much more that I want from Claude, but I do not want to ask for something that might make him sad. Oh! Oh, Catherine! You want a hug or you want a smile? Let's just be cheesy. Claude looks at me, his expression puzzled. He chuckles softly. But I am smiling. No, I want a real smile. That one isn't so sad. One that isn't so sad. Ah, you saw right through me. I did. Well, she did. I didn't. You just look the same to me. We have been partners for long enough. How about this one? He smiles a little awkwardly, and the quirk of his lips looks more embarrassed than bright. I raise an eyebrow in confusion. No need for that look, darling. I really do appreciate your worry for me. What was that? Karma suddenly stops, eyes wide. He puts his hand on his chest and takes a step away from me, his fingers clutching at the fabric of his shirt. Okay. Karma? Claude has a pained expression on his face, only making me more anxious. What? No, dude! Claude, are you okay? What's wrong? Please, tell me what's going on. I can't help you if you don't let me. Catherine, don't worry about it. He lowers his hand with the pained smile slowly fading from his face. This does little to reassure me. Was it my fault you were locked in your room for so long? He just looks so pained to be anywhere near me. No, most definitely not. I was feeling under the weather. And also bitter. Bitter? Why would he feel bitter? That's a very good question. It's not for you worry about, darling. No, we partners, man. Don't you understand? Break through him, Catherine. We gotta do this. For now, we should head back. It's late, and you need rest. I just got back from patrol, so I would like to rest as well. Is there anything else I can do for you? No, sweet Catherine, you've already done enough for me. He clutches a rose locket to his chest and sighs out a little with a gentle smile. This smile feels real to me. This is a beautiful gift, and I will treasure it always. Thank you, Catherine. Now, shall we head back? I nod at him, and we silently walk back to the Martian. When we make it back to the tavern, I feel tired, but also lighter than I have for weeks. Claude wishes me a good night before slowly walking off to his room, holding the rose locket I gave him tightly. I don't know. Catherine, keep a good eye on him. Today I am walking around town to do some errands with Claude. It has been quite a while since we have done this. Though we are here to run errands, there is also something else that drew me into town today. Yesterday, Waltz came back to the Martian and told us of an announcement the king was making today. Oh, the king! Catherine's father! That didn't never. Apparently, that announcement had been posted for at least a week's time, but Waltz had only cut into it after hearing about it from the crowds after one of his puppet shows. Oh, that's pretty handy. I am not sure what this announcement entails, but I feel that I need to see the king make it with my own eyes. Oh, Catherine! I know how your relationship with your father is, but hang in there, girl. I can see more people milling about than usual, which means most of them must be waiting for the king to speak. I have a bad feeling about this. It is not strange for the king to make announcements, but this feels so sudden. Ooh. And with everything else that's happened to me, I feel on edge. Ooh. Oh dear. Wow, Catherine, you made these bags sound a lot lighter than they'd actually be. Stop complaining, Miss Karma. You'll get valuable experience out of carrying bags. Seeing Claude complain is amusing, especially since I know he can handle the load. I feel like a servant. What does that make me when you made me carry all those bags before? An assistant? I roll my eyes at him. We're both working at the Martian, you know. And then the thought strikes me. What do you even do at the Martian? Claude looks surprised at my question, but then he quickly smiles at me. I train the knights, of course. I also attract customers with my beautiful reputation. I start laughing, and Claude's face flushes. Darling, I get the feeling you're laughing at me. I wonder. We finish up the rest of our errands and then sit down in the town plaza to rest. Claude leaves briefly and then returns with a slice of cake for both of us to share as a snack. Oh, how cute. I have a lot of things I want to ask him, and now feels like the right time to do so. May I ask you a question? Of course, darling. Anything. Do you enjoy dressing like a woman? I don't mind it, really. I appreciate the beauty in anything. You girls get to wear quite an assortment of lovely dresses and makeup. It's quite beautiful. I feel more comfortable in my own clothes, but I don't mind dresses. I guess if you had to wear a dress for so long, you'd get used to it. I have another question. And what would that be? You can do it, girl. When I was in your room the other day, you spoke about a woman. Were you talking about the witch who cursed you, or were you talking about a loved one? Oh no, the woman I was talking about! He suddenly goes silent and lowers his head. His expression fades into something more melancholy, and I feel my heart lurch. Maybe I shouldn't have brought this up. It could be a woman. To my surprise, Karma continues talking. Shortly after I came to Aguila, there was a woman that I met whose smile was as radiant as the sunshine. Yep, it's a lover. She was beautiful, and when she laughed, everything felt right about the world. Hearing him talk about her makes me feel uncomfortable. Am I jealous? Yes, you are, girl. You are jealous. Because everyone else around you has a relationship except for you. It's okay. We can be single together. Claude watches me quietly, as if he is measuring my expression. Eventually, he goes back to speaking. I knew her for many months. Time passed, and I thought we were truly in love, and then He goes silent for a few moments, his eyes distant, his expression pained. Well, some things happened, and I realized she only loved me because of my curse. She was drawn to me just as any other woman is. She seemed so genuine in comparison to other women, but in the end, Claude trails off and lets an exasperated sigh. You were truly in love with her? I was. I've dated many women, but I've never fallen in love with someone who has honestly loved me back. So then the last person he loved was that one woman. Yeah, I love her. Claude looks at me, and for a few moments he does not speak. Catherine, do you mind if I ask you a question? Sure. No, I don't mind. Oh, she doesn't mind anymore. Good for you, girl. Good for you. Have you ever loved anyone besides her mother? My mother, of course. Of course. What was that word that I just said? I was referring to a romantic kind of love. Romantic kind of love? What does that kind of love feel like? Allow me to enlighten you. He smiles at me, and it is surprisingly genuine. It can feel simultaneously like floating and sinking. Your heart shudders, and you worry about small things and offending this other person in some way. You wonder if they'll like what you're wearing, or if they would prefer a sandwich to a casserole when you treat them for dinner. You begin to find beauty in all of the things that they do. Their presence makes you feel complete in a way that you never thought of before. Oh, that's pretty nice. Try to imagine life without that person and find that you cannot. To even consider such a thing is painful, so much that it feels like it might break your heart. Karma continues talking, but my mind is already whirling. Though he phrases things in a way that feels unnecessarily dramatic, I feel a tinge of familiarity. The thing he's describing. Those are the things I feel like when I'm around him. No! Catherine! Don't you dare fall in love with your partner! I forbid it! Before I can say anything, we hear the sound of hooves, and both of us turn. I can see a procession of knights along with the king on his horse. He normally rides into town like this, but today he's not smiling, and there are way too many knights riding with him. And is that Sir Alcester? Oh, I've never seen him before. Hello. Let us go find a place to stand and watch. As you wish. Claude walks with me into the crowd gathering around the king, and we find a spot to speculate at the very end, closer to the alleyways. My beloved citizens of Aguila, I have come before you today to make an important announcement. And that is? Ever since I was given this crown, I have sworn to live my life for the people, and to rule in all fairness, so that our kingdom could enjoy great peace. Does this look like great peace? You have cursed people, you still have the poor people, and you have Catherine, the girl you neglect as a child. The crowd breaks into applause. I stare at the king, an uneasy feeling in my stomach, when I notice that there is sadness in his eyes, though he is smiling. Then I notice Sir Alcester appears to be hiding a smile. I do not like where this is going. Is the king gonna die? That's the first thing that pops in my head. Death. Oh wow. The king's speech goes on for long minutes after that, with him detailing the commitments he made, the goals he set, and finally, his love for the people. The audience around us claps and cheers, but Claude and I are silent. Something is not right. Someone else thinks that at least. I nodded in response. To this day I keep this promise. I will never break this oath, for it is the foundation on which I rule. Okay. The crowd claps again, but I am silent, watching the king intently. Unfortunately, the unwelcome news that I bring to you today gives me reason to hand this foundation over to someone else. Okay, he's not dying. I have fallen terminally ill. Wait, they didn't in Rumple run the king fell ill? So what caused the king to fall ill? The king's proclamation is met with shock and anger chattering from the audience. I cannot hear anything that is being said over the cocoon of voices. I can't say that word. I'm just gonna say with the cocoon of voices. But I know that the audience is dissenting. I stiffen as I stare at the king. He is lying. You can tell? I can tell by the firm set of his jaws and the way his eyes flicker across the crowd faster than they ought to. The king has lied to me so many times before that I can recognize when he does it. Ooh. I know that this unfortunate news must come as a shock, but this is an illness for which there is no current cure. Okay? As for the question of my successor, he trails off for a few moments, and I think there is something in his eyes that hints at urgency, but I am not sure why. Crown Princess Emma is unmarried and still too young to rule on her own. I feel a pang of irritation and confusion. Another lie. Emma could rule just fine with the help of Sir Mythos and the others. After much thought, I have come to the conclusion that our kingdom, which still continues to face danger from the witches, is best put in the capable hands of the commander of the Order of Calderia, Sir Alcester. I don't like this. What? I cannot hide my shock. The rest of the audience reacts similarly. Their sudden outburst testament to their confusion. While I will be providing support and assistance from the sidelines, I cannot in all good grace continue to wear the crown when I know I cannot serve my people as they deserve. Simply put, I believe that the witches have gained more power in the recent months, and that Sir Alcester is best suited to deal with these conflicts. The fairy tales curse run more rampant these days, and there have been more reports of incidents involving magic. The murmuring continues, except now the townsfolk sound panicked. This cannot be true. I do not miss the reluctance in the king's next words. Sir Alcester has also suggested a number of remedies to our laws, especially concerning our security and work hours. I believe that Sir Alcester can better rule this country in these turbulent times. I don't like this. Please show him all the love and loyalty you have shown me. That punk! Claude has a foul expression on his face, and his words feel heavy, even in a low whisper. I know the king. He takes every duty upon himself, and he would never hand his crown to someone else. Once Sir Alcester comes to stand on the podium, he silenced them with a glare. Okay, what voice to give him? I don't know. Citizens of Aguila, I swear to you that I will serve you as well as General has. General? Gino? I'm gonna go with General. That being said, I also believe some changes will need to be made. Sir Alcester continues to speak. He mentioned things like curfew for safety, extended work hours, and additional taxes to go towards the night, but I am slowly beginning to block out the drone of his voice. What is going on? No. Sir, no, Alcester must have done something to force the king into this charade. The king stands behind Alcester with his hands clasped, his eyes alert, but there is helplessness to them that I have never seen before. It isn't long before the crowd's unsettled memory becomes agitated whispering. I am stunned when Claude cups his hand to his mouth and starts shouting. There is only one king! Long live Simba! Oops, wrong franchise, sorry. King General! I probably... Gennaro? Gennaro. King Gennaro! Oh, like King Generic. Claude grips my hand and starts leading me around the outskirts so that people cannot spot him as he continues his shout. The crowd begins to chant along with Claude, and then they drew nearer to the stage, where my father and Alcester are standing. There is only one king, King Gennaro! There is only one king, King Gennaro! Let's go, Catherine! I don't know how to feel about this, man. The crowd is right next to the platform now, and the chant carries on. Claude pulls me behind him, but my mind is on my father and on his desperate eyes. Hours later, the Martian tavern is chaotic. People are talking over each other, trying to relay the scene that they saw in town today. Every visitor here is talking about what they witnessed. I have been in a corner of the room this entire time, trying to understand everyone, but failing. Delora and Parfait are not here to calm all of this chaos. Hey, princess, how are you feeling? I'll jump when I hear Rumple's voice. Surprised? I can feel when a damsel is in distress, milady. I'm not in the mood for your flirting, Rumple. Oh, my apologies. I thought you might have wanted some cheering up. Thanks for trying. Where's your partner? He went out to town to survey the situation.